Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Enchanting Lawyer podcast. And this is another solo episode that I'm doing, and I thought this time I will cover some of these predictions as the year comes to an end. There's all kind of predictions in different industries, and I thought maybe we can cover some of them in the legal marketing field, and just what's the future holding for law firms who are trying to grow and succeed. I think that with all the changes that are happening in search engine optimization, in mobile and video, there's going to be a lot of interesting things that are going to happen in 2016. I think it's going to be a strong year for law firms, attorneys starting practices, lawyers that are trying to grow their businesses. It's going to be a very exciting year. I think that if we look at one of the things that I personally feel is going to be a big focus is number one is search, and I think search is important because we have right now when we as lawyers are trying to get visibility out there. In addition to doing everything we're supposed to be doing, some of us are using techniques to be found on search, whether it's paid per click, which is paid search, or whether it's organic, our efforts. But search is definitely going to continue to be a focus for many law firms as far as where they want to put their money, how they want to focus on strategy as far as content, and as far as what they're paying for. Now, the reason search is going to be important because in addition to Google, Yahoo, and Bing, a lot of the social networks develop their own search engines. And Facebook already started that a couple of years ago. We know Pinterest and other social networks are expanding their searches. And so it's important to pay attention to what you put out there on social and how their search engines are working. The other thing is important that Google indexes public tweets, for example, on Twitter, and said that's important because whenever you're using Twitter and putting out their information, it's or now with video as well, because Twitter allows you to include short videos in your tweets. It's going to be very important to see how those tweets are going to be indexed on Google and other search engines. So that's actually going to be important to continue using that. And so, as a small business, as a law firm, it's very important to pay attention to search and how search is going to evolve in 2016, working together with social networks and their own searches. So that's one thing. The other thing that is really important to be aware and pay attention to in 2016 is review sites. And review sites are really important because and they continue to grow in popularity and their impact on attorneys and small law firms. So we're talking about Google Local, where if you search for an attorney, let's say in the city of San Diego, you're going to find right now only three results for attorneys who are on maps. Those are the Google Locals, and there you can see reviews as well. And those reviews are very, very important. You have Yelp, and you have many, many other directories, like Avo, and which is very important for attorneys. So all these reviews, attorneys will have to continue to develop a very, very important strategy: how to monitor those reviews, how to respond to those reviews, the frequency of response, and actually knowing that somebody actually reviewed you. There's quite a few companies that provide services tracking all the websites where your firm is listed, and that is going to continue the art and understanding how reviews work and how reviews impact the ranking of your site and your listing. So what is the impact of a bad review? What is the impact of not answering reviews? Those things are going to continue to change and evolve in 2016. I see opportunities for business owners, attorneys to respond in writing, and also using video. Some of these review sites will allow response via video, which will make it much more personalized and much more effective. So definitely pay attention to review sites, understand the importance, how to optimize those sites, and sign up for services like Yext or any other services that allow you to be notified in an instant whenever there's a review posted about your law firm or your business, so you can respond very fast. Other things that are coming up, changes are mobile. So mobile was a big one last year, and it continues to grow, and it's going to get even bigger. And the reason mobile is important is because not only our websites are becoming optimized, but also more than 70% of all email in the U.S. is now read on smartphones. A recent research indicated that 2.1 billion consumers actually owns a cell phone. So mobile and strategy, how to provide content on mobile, is going to be very, very important. So again, the website has to be responsive. Your email marketing has to be mobile friendly, and using text marketing methods to collect email addresses and phone numbers is going to be very, very important for attorneys. And there are many services out there that allow you to use text strategy to communicate with clients, to alert them about appointments, to give them promotions about what you offer at the firm. And so combination of mobile friendly websites, email marketing that is specifically designed for email on mobile, and text technology is going to be very, very important in 2016. It's actually going to grow. Next is video. So video was very, very strong last year, and it's going to continue to grow and continue to be very, very, very important in 2016. People are consuming videos. They're consuming videos almost in every format on their phones. They consume videos on iPads. Consumers are reading less, and so from marketing standpoint, video is a very, very powerful tool. It's important for attorneys to continue to understand how video works. Some of the videos that used to be useful for attorneys, kind of like explaining a product, explaining a service, may no longer be useful today. And the reason is because consumers are getting bored. So innovation, using different apps to create the video more interesting, maybe using videos that will show what your office is about, maybe interviews, creating content that is unique and different. And it's all about change. It's all about change in video. So video is going to continue to be strong, and video combined with live streaming, which we're going to talk about soon, and, is also going to be important. What happens with the content that you use after you provide a live streaming session? What can you do with that video? Multi-purposing the video, taking the video that you create and creating blog posts with it, content, transcriptions. So video content is going to be the very important in 2016, because from that content you can create multiple marketing messages and continue to build a powerful brand by using video. Apps are still going to be relevant in 2016. The nice thing about apps is that it's the indexing of apps will mean much more opportunities for small businesses. We know that Google already indexes apps, which means that if you search for an app, let's say, for example, we have a citizenship app, and we have a marriage-based green card app that we created for our customers a couple of years ago. Well, those apps are now searchable on Google, and people can find them. And once they find those apps, they can actually find us as well. So apps are definitely will continue to be strong. And if you're considering creating an app, remember that that's another real estate on Google, and that wasn't before. Um, I think automation is going to be very, very strong in 2016. Marketing automation, the automation of processes. We talked about unbundled legal services in a previous podcast a couple of weeks ago. So I consider all this as part of automation. Automation and marketing continue to use software like Infusionsoft and Mailchimp to continue to send messages to the clients as an automated process that happens every week, every month, as opposed to something that you do once and forget about it. So automation in marketing, automation in your businesses. What software do you use to make your law firm more efficient? Kind of like, MyCase or Clio and any other things that you use for your own practice. And finally, automation of service. So, for example, if you can offer a form only service, or if you can offer an online only login service to your clients, it will create more opportunities for you to get people that cannot afford your services, but at least they stay in your radar because they were able to log in and do a service that you offer for a fraction of the cost. So unbundled legal services as part of automation of your marketing and your business is going to be very, very powerful in 2016, and I would encourage most attorneys to consider that. So creating some sort of a service where people can log in, or you can provide something using technology that will be much cheaper, but you still can get those clients to come through the door. Content, creation of content is going to continue to be very strong in 2016. Content that is useful and helpful as opposed to just keywords marketing, informative and valuable, but it's not just something that you do because of keywords. So, search engine algorithms are designed to hold you guys, the one who created content, to a very high standard, and that's going to continue to increase in 2016. So, as you make your content marketing plans for 2016, keep in mind that you really have to create good content, quality content that is interesting, and that will keep you up in the rankings. Another trend that is going to be very, very strong in 2016 is the personalization of content, personalization of service. So if you send an email, it has to have the name of the client. You can use Infusionsoft to do that. If you send a request, if you introduce a service, if you reach out to customers or potential business partners, personalization is very important because people feel that they want to be treated as individuals as opposed to just a target by marketers. So keep in mind, personalization and customer service. Customer service is actually going to be a very dominant force in 2016. The attention to customers, making sure that they are happy, following up with them after the service, and if they're not happy, taking action, immediate action to remedy that. So customer service is going to make or break your business in 2016, and paying attention to that is going to be very, very important. I think that another thing is it's important to continue to grow your brand as attorneys, and when I'm saying grow your brand, it's kind of interesting that people say, well, I don't care about social media, I don't care about being out there, I just want to do good work and be helpful to our clients. But right now, clients search you everywhere. And clients spend a lot of time on the internet looking at attorneys on Google+, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even Snapchat. And they want to see, why is my attorney not on Facebook? Or why is he only on LinkedIn but he's not active? Why isn't he writing any articles? Why doesn't he have a blog? I don't see any videos of my lawyer. You don't want to be that lawyer. You want to you want to have some content. You want to be visible. You want to be everywhere, just a little bit. You don't have to be everywhere all the time. But social proof and building a brand is going to be definitely much more important in 2016. Attorneys that fail to do that are not going to make it. Because social proof is not just marketing that you pay for. Social proof is marketing that you build. So building an audience, building communities is actually going to be very, very important in 2016. Building a community can be a community on your page. You can create a meetup event around your brand. I also see that offline marketing is going to grow very, very strong in 2016. So if you have a website, if you have a blog, if you have a following, if people read your newsletter, it will be important to get those people in person. So maybe organize a meetup, maybe organize seminars in your office or outside of your office on a regular basis. Getting that social proof, getting that community recognize you as an expert offline is going to be very important, because people want to meet the humans who are going to provide their services. And so while it's going to be a bit more difficult, it'll be very important to take the offline efforts to the online efforts offline, to be able to engage with your audience, the audience that you build. And I cannot emphasize the importance of building communities in 2016 in no matter what practice, no matter what area of law you practice. If you don't have an audience that is following you and is vouching for you, then it's going to be very, very difficult to grow a solid practice. So I'd love to hear from you. Any other predictions for 2016? I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of a lot of changes. Hopefully, got some value from this. I'd love to hear from you. Email me at jacob@enchantinglawyer.com, and I look forward to seeing you at our next episode. We're almost at the end of the year, and I'm looking forward to ending it very strong. Thanks for listening, and have a beautiful day.